This tutorial will teach you how to properly shade grass. So you have a couple of different options for shading grass, but the most important thing you want to remember is that as you get closer to the vanishing points, your grass should appear to get lighter. You also want to remember that grass is not just one kind of green, there's multiple values. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the dark green here. And in order to create grass, all you're doing is little lines. And these lines should be vertical because in real life, grass is vertical. So I'm just creating lines all throughout this page, but as I get closer to my vanishing point, my lines are going to be a little bit lighter. And there's also not going to be as many of them. So I'm going to go ahead and put this video on time lapse, but keep in mind I will be bringing in some of the other value of green in order to create a little more variety. And also, if you end up with a bunch of white space, once you feel like you've added enough blades of grass, I want you to remember a little trick that you can do. So I'll show you that example right now just before I put the video on time lapse. So let's say that I'm happy with the amount of blades of grass that I have now, but I can still see through to the white of the page. What you're going to do is you're going to use your lighter color, you're going to use the side of your pencil crayon, and you're simply going to shade lightly. And just by doing that, you're coloring over the white that's there, but you're not getting rid of the blades of grass that you've drawn. But you don't have to do, you don't have to keep doing all the blades until you can't see any more white space. So just by doing that, I've covered up all the white. So I'm going to put this video on time lapse now while I finish doing the grass. All right, so I finished my grass. What you'll notice is that once I shaded the parts that were further away, I really felt like they were a little bit too dark and that you couldn't really tell much of a difference between this area, which is much closer to us, and this area, which was farther away. So what I did was I came back with my darker pencil crayon and I just simply added more blades of grass to the part that is closer to us so that it would appear darker. And I just realized I forgot to do this little strip here, which is really hard to access. But yeah, that's how you shade grass.